Hello and welcome to Research Method Architectural Course 5013 by Lawrence Technological University.
This is Team 7 with Gabriela Zabalaga and Ayat Slimane, and this is our final video for the Research Methods class, and our case study and focus was on the Green Tower's relief on China's air quality crisis. Our main concept was providing an air purifier structure to be in centralized cities along with green expansions to be able to resolve the air pollution issue, especially in China, and being able to increase urban activities to be safe to perform in the everyday life for many residents and visitors. Going back into the idea of terraform swans and how they use their idea of redeveloping existing cities in the world to transform them to be ecological through new urban designs, we focus more into their Green Brain project, which is a project that is able to collect the energy and able to collect the ecological forms of the city and feeding it back to the town, which are also known as microclimate towers. These towers also serve as a food disposal, and their main job is to be able to balance its own energy, waste, air quality, water, and economy. Focusing more on the air quality and how this can work, we thought of it as an urban ecology cycle, also known as the recycle cycle. We're releasing all the nutrients back to the city. And so we thought of a project, and we did a research on the smog-free project by Studio Rusgard in Beijing and Poland, known as the largest purifiers in the world. And the way it works is it absorbs all the polluted air, purifies it, and then will release it back to the city through its vents as purified air. And so going back into the idea and why we chose China, especially Beijing, was because Beijing is known to be one of the most polluted cities in the world. And which is why we thought of it as our case study, the Green Brain, our concept, which is the towers, the air purifier towers. And then we focused on Beijing, China, especially its location and how this green expansion can expand vertically as well as horizontally. And by doing so and adding an air purifier to the city will also solve the issue of the lung cancer problem, strokes, and heart disease. By being able to do so, we studied more about the topography of Beijing. As you can see here in yellow and orange are showing the different slopes of Beijing, China, and how the polluted air is being affected in flat areas mainly, especially more than in high slopes areas. Showing in green here, we can see where most of the greens are located in Beijing, and especially in this centralized space where you don't see any green is where the districts of Xinjiang and Dongshan are located. And so studying more about the streetscapes and how this is also affecting the air pollution, we wanted to expand and our focus on the air quality or the air purifier to be located in this area because this is where most of the flat area is and where less green exists currently. And going back to the idea of how this air purifier can also help urban activities is that people will be able to go out to work, will be able to perform daily life activities without getting affected of the air pollution and being able to do so without knowing that they will be getting affected in any way. The idea of this air purifier smart park it is known to be located in centralized spaces where most of the pollutants are located, and it will serve as a place for learning and pleasure as well as being able to interact with the surroundings of the green infrastructures.
In response to the Dongshan district in the middle of the city of Beijing, a very dense district and suffer from the very poor air quality, the air pollution is considered to be unhealthy and very dangerous and one of the worst air pollution worldwide. There's multi factors that cause the air pollution, the expansion of the manufacturing, and also the landscape shape where the hardscape are taking over the greenscape. Understanding the air pollution type, sources, and impact is an essential for our project. So where we understand where can we place our green tower project and how would that help the city. The areas that are more troubled, like the small pollution sources, big pollution sources as a manufacturing, and also the condensed area where vehicles, ships, airplane, agricultural construction equipment, all affecting the health and the environment. In order to understand how would that affect the city, we had to look at the context around and understand how would the program, urban fabric, landscape altogether will interact and affect it positively to solve the issue of air pollution. The Green Tower program, public square, where we create a social interaction, and the Green Tower as a vertical expansion to create environmental cleansing system. So the Green Tower program could be going vertically, as we see in the picture here, on the facade of the building. It could be like residential or commercial building, a multiple layer of material and natural filtration system from plants and that help filtering the air particle and improving air quality for the user. Another method that we can apply the green expansion by going horizontally among the freeways and all the condensed area public spaces to create a public relief. With the green expansion, it would help suck big tons of carbon out of the atmosphere. Furthermore, it would help the environment, it would help the human health, and it would lower the amount of toxics that there are in the city from air pollution. The way we come up with the idea is by looking at the Terraform 1 initial case study and how they looked into dissecting nature element, extracting the nature principle, and bringing a concept that solved the environmental problematic issue using a nature design. Following this path by identifying the issue, which is the poor air quality in our case, verifying it by finding the risk of air pollution and the sources of it and the projection. So the concept proposal is a green tower that engage with both human and natural and enabling air filtration through its element while taking less footprint in the ground. It is an environmental friendly, it is a natural material, fast growing, and more furthermore scientifically it's proving to be an air purifier. With that, it will go back to help the nature and cultural interaction as we discussed earlier. It was one of the important intent for our design is to provide an interaction between nature and human. With this understanding, creating a smart city with a spatial integration will be able to solve multiple of the issues that are caused by the air pollution. A full system of connection can be creating an ecological circle in a smart city, creating a main liaison that connecting all ecological system, and moreover, it's resemble a sufficient and sustainable strategy for the whole urban environment in the city. With hoping that the green towers would relieve the China air quality, we are looking to see how would the green towers would relieve air quality crisis, and this is an intent for the city of Beijing, China, to help fast growing greenery and expansion among its districts in order to solve the air pollution issue.